Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm Age O'Neill. I'm working on webinstall.dev again. And in particular, what we're doing is working on we got through the POSIX stuff. So now it's POSIX shell compliant. There's some other POSIXy things I want to do, which I'll talk about in a minute. And the PRs that I need to pull in are related to shell check. So basically, uh, warnings that aren't necessarily errors. They don't things that don't have to change, but they're just kind of linty. But I want to be fully shell check compliant as well. That's the goal. Also, I'm gonna listen to some of my own audio. Let me see. Can I play audio for you that's different than the audio for me? Because I kind of want to just listen to listen to a podcast while I'm doing this. We'll see how that turns out. Anyway, feel free to say hello. Let me know who you are, where you're coming from, what it is you'd like to learn. Feel free to ask questions about Go, JavaScript, and Zig. Actually, I don't have that many answers I can give about Zig, but I'm interested in it. Anyway, and general Linuxy, POSIXy kind of stuff. And with that, I'm thinking really hard. It is 9:51. I'm thinking really hard whether I want to open this or not. But I'm just gonna put it there just for safety, just in case. But we will go ahead and get started. So let's see. Can I listen to a podcast and talk at the same time? I don't know if that's going to be possible. I could certainly listen to music and talk at the same time. But we're going to try it anyway. I'm going to try it and see what happens. I probably won't be able to do that. Anyway, actually, before I even get started on those issues, let me go through some of these things. So there's a bunch of stuff that's kind of related to how do we make this more POSIXy, and this was opened, about a year ago, a little over a year ago. And so I closed it because the original person didn't actually say what was wrong or what they wanted changed. They just kind of left the conversation. And now I'm going to respond back. And I think I'm going to open up an issue to remove Pathman because I think that we have a path to removing Pathman. Pathman is what I use to manage the path. Pathman, Path Manager. But I think we can get away from that now. So I'm just kind of looking, update path, move Pathman, installer not exiting early on error. I don't know what this was about. Okay, so we'll fix that one as well. This one I think should have been, this was fixed. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna close this out here. So at Kai, uh, you can only export a variable down to a child process. You can't export it up to a parent. So the idea is that let's see now. So we need a temporary variable for the path. So we need a way to handle the path of Webby, whether or not it's yet in the path. I believe, there we go. I believe this was fixed a while back. Okay, so I'm going to close that one out. Let me see what else we have. Back to here, back to here. Okay. And do I have any of the closed ones that I need to take a look at again? Pathman installation is broken. That's wrong. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to open up a new issue. And this is going to be POSIX. So this, now this, I don't know what this is going to be. This is a feature. This is remove Pathman in favor of POSIX, and PowerShell functions. Oh, and I need to look up the one about PowerShell. Update path on Windows natively. Okay. Okay. Originally, we created Pathman as a way to manage path on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Mac, Linux, and Windows. Alphabetical order also happens to be best first order. Let's see. And it was particularly necessary because of the differences, because we had no way to manage the it was particularly necessary because we had no way to reliably update the path on Windows, and there were tricky bits to shell detection between sh, bash, zsh, and fish on Linux. However, now we do have a way. However, now we only need to add to the path, never subtract, never remove. We do have a way to update path on Windows. Wait, is that right? 428. Yeah, there we go. We better understand the nuances. I hate the word nuance now. Everybody's using it. The differences, the subtle differences. There we go. the Nixie shells. Let's create a POSIX function to add the path, to the path without pathmin. Okay, and then we've got a whole bunch of issues here. So okay, so this is going to be, that one I don't need to worry about yet. Hey, how's it going? Let's see. Okay. We need to bring this back. Okay. This one, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this because I don't know if there's a way for us to be able to tell what's in the path because the way that things have to trickle down. I'll have to consider this. This might be a bigger effort. I'm going to put this one down last, actually, because I think that's going to be a bigger effort, because I think it means that we need to not use the path, not modify the path at all. So I'm going to make a note of that. Can we avoid modifying path entirely? Temporary. So this is what I want here. Let's see, how many characters is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, it doesn't line up. It's kind of obnoxious, but what do you do? All right, so we've got that one. We've got that one. We've got this one. There's nothing there. That one's already been addressed. This one. Is probably, we just need to reference this. And then that one we already have. Okay, so I think all of these are referenced. Okay, so where was that one? Okay, moving this to someday in favor of 505. So I think I've got a someday here saying we could go back and look at this, but we're closing it. All right, so that one's out. Let's take a look again and see what issues we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be also enhancement. And this is also enhancement. So we're going to sum up these these are the problems we're going to solve here. Okay. So it's probably going to be, I'm just going to draft something real quick. Add to path. Okay, so if it's in the path, then we don't need to worry about it. So add to path is going to be, let me see how pathman is used presently. Let's just go into here. I want to see, where are we using pathman? I don't think we're using it in that many places. I think we mostly output it as user instruction, but let's see. Okay, so all of this stuff, if I could figure out how to export a function or import, I guess, in PowerShell, or maybe we just do something where we put as part of the template that in each one of these pathman will be included. Let's see. So this is probably one of the more rare cases. How about path? Where are the places where we actually try to update the path, and what are the consequences of that? That's in the README. We can get rid of READMEs. Really, we're only interested in shell files. So let's do this. Type of file, extension shell, exargs, path. Whoops. Okay. So I wonder why we're doing this way. Let me just kind of check in here and see. Why are we using path like this? What command are we running? So we want to see, what are we trying to check here? You know, I find in programming in general, it's so often better to remove your to give a variable name to what it is that you're checking so it's easier to understand. Schwumpt, shellcheck. Okay. So we're just checking to see. I think this actually just needs to change. We need to say if this doesn't exist, and then make another condition that would be if the file doesn't exist. So if not, and it would do exist, and then we do home.local bin Webby. Because the person could already have Schwumpt installed, and that's going to be fine. So I think this is more correct. Maybe this would be the appropriate place to use an and. And maybe we could put that on a second line for my sanity's sake. Yeah. Something like that, I think, might be more appropriate in this case. Then we don't have to worry about having the path changed. And I think that's quite important to this change being able to happen. So I just wanted to draft that out real quick and see what that might look like. Oh, did I write a change? Okay, let's look again. Hey, how's it going? I'm AJ. Feel free to introduce yourself. Say hello. Okay, I think this is something similar, where we need to have we probably need to have a Webby bin path, Webby opt path. So I just want to make some notes on this. And also let me go back to, was it this one? Oh no, I've got too many windows open. Oh no, what have I done? Let me come back over here. All right. Opened. number 505. To pave the path for removing pathman and only when strictly needed. So I'm just going to comment on that. There we go. And then in this issue, so what are the things that we're going to need to do here? We need to remove all uses of path. Remove all temporary modifications to the live path env. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really do wish that they'd have a monospace font when you're writing. It makes it a lot easier to write Markdown when you've got a monospace font. You can tell how things are aligned. Oh wait, I guess I don't. No, this one I just need to indent 2 spaces. Okay, so this means that first we need Webby bin path. We need Webby opt path. Testing local bin. We're testing local opt whatever bin, whatever. Okay. Oops. Okay, these things, I think are things we're going to need. What else are we going to need? There's probably a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to go into this too deeply, but just while I'm thinking about it, I want to just jot some notes down. I think this is documentation, the way that this is being used. Let's take a look. Path. Oh, interesting. No, this one has to be done. But this one doesn't affect any of the tests that we do, I don't think. It's hard to say. Okay. When necessary, test path before modification. All right. I'll get some pseudocode in here in a minute. Oh, I need to get the AC back on. There we go. I thought the night was cooling us down, but it was in fact the AC that was cooling us down still. All right. So we could, hey, what's up, Forgod? Just going down this deep and dark path of POSIXification still, considering some other options. And replace old path. Oh no, is that a mosquito? How could that get in here? Oh no, no. Earlier, my wife opened the garage door for 2 minutes. Which ticket? did you see that I posted to Discord? The one that was first timers only type thing? I've probably got another couple of those. If you're interested, just let me know. Yeah, I might be able to get you another one there. Let's see. Oh, and small reminder from myself, to you. If you like what you like, consider like, sub, follow, etc., and pop in the Discord if you want to. Yeah, well, so I will just say, first of all, just check here for anything that's labeled first timers only and see if any of it looks good to you. So any of these, and they're labeled this way because there's different APIs that look for them specifically. So just peek at these. Okay. So what else needs to be done here? Yeah, this is kind of a one-off. Oof. Will take some time. Hmm. I think we've got a function in here somewhere that's maybe path add, Webby path add. Okay, so there is that. Yeah. So we need basically a Webby path check. So maybe we need a Webby path check. And the way that we'd use this would be, say, Golang go. So we could say package name bin name. So it could be like this. Let's say Hugo or Caddy, something like that. So there's an example, there's an example. So we could basically say PKG name equals, and we do, whoops, that I meant that to be a quote, not a tilde. Bin name is that. And then we could check if dash E. I think we'd actually want executable. And I think that works on symlinks, but I'm not sure. But we'd want something like this. Webby. So Webby, say bin path slash bin name. Or so maybe it was if not, I don't remember how this works. Oops. And oh, first of all, these should be 4. Do stuff. Something like this. Or maybe that would just be a return for this. Webby opt path, and then it would be, and I don't know if there's a couple of exceptions to this rule. There might need to be something that is in, let's see, opt bin, it'd be like this. I guess it would just be this right there. And there may be some exceptions to that rule that we might have to somehow declare in the package. Not the package, but in the install information, we might somehow need to declare if there's a special path that it needs to use. This could just be auto-generated as part of each package. Thoughts. Could we auto-generate to handle special cases? Webby bin path. And place it in the install info and handle special cases as one-offs. That's one thing I want to do. I want to get to the point where we basically can just have a Webby tool that we can point at a GitHub repo and then have it generate the installer. Because at this point, I think we've kind of figured out the breadth of variance among installers. There's always going to be oddballs, but for the kind of things we're targeting, it's a pretty limited scope. I think we can come up with a heuristic that solves it. All right, how to do. This is something that would probably take a concerted effort for several days. At least one full day, I think. All right. So Webby path add. Let's see. So we don't want to have to install Pathman, so that'd be awesome. You got tasked with documentation. Yes, we do have good resources on documentation. I'm so glad you asked. Daggone mosquito, that bloodsucker is going to get me. Let me go to Pizza Craftsmanship here and click on issues and then resources for great. Let's see, markdown. Where have I got? I know I've got it here somewhere. That's not what I'm looking for. No. I'm trying to think. Because let me go check an email real quick. Because as part of an interview process, I gave people access to this is what great documentation looks like. And I could have sworn that alongside the portfolio project ideas, I thought alongside this, I had resources for Great README examples. Okay, I need to. Okay, documentation. What else? Markdown. There you go. What's up, everybody? Here you go, Forgod. How to write good documentation. This isn't actually how to. This is just examples. So hopefully you can kind of glean from this. And then there's also, did I include in here? Need some markdown resources. Master markdown. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Can I just tag markdown onto this? Will that work? I just go. Boop. It doesn't work, but whatever. We're going to go with it anyway. So there you are. I updated that in there too. You are welcome. What's up, Primavera? Let's see. And I think, oh, and I've also got a video. Is the video linked in here? Let's make sure the video is linked in here. Challenge, full cheat sheet. Yeah. There we go. Let me just put this here for a second. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Dang it. I'm going to have to go back. There we go. Let's just edit this and say video. Then the full cheat sheet was moved here. So we should put that here. And get rid of this one. There we go. Updated those resources. I think this is a particularly good one. I'd like to redo this to make it better, but this is a good one. All right. So where was I at? I was just looking at this. Yeah, we could. The first task on this needs to be. Okay, this here's what we need to do on this one. Okay, make sure we address the concerns of each of these, if reasonable. Okay. Plan. So first, update. We need to update Webby path add to check for pathman without modifying path. This is number 1. Okay. So history and rationale. Goal. See also. I'm going to label this brainstorm because we'll take the brainstorm and we'll break it down into specific tasks later. All right. Well, have a good one, and I'll check with you tomorrow. By the way, for everybody who's wondering, which is probably no one, I lost my shaver while I was traveling, and so I am just letting my facial hair grow out until the new shaver arrives. Okay, so I feel good about that. Yeah, I'm going to try to call up the airport and see if they have a lost and found or something, as well as the flight. Just see if something got stored somewhere, because maybe I can get it shipped. Well, what I would do is instead of shipping it here, since I'm already getting another shaver, I'd have it shipped over. Come on, come on, come on, get me. Oh. Take that, mother sucker. Nah, I think I got him. Okay, anyway. Oh, I need to copy the relevant part over here. Oop. My hope is that this is not, that this is something that actually is permanent. After you're done, restart your PowerShells. Okay, good. And then there's something I need to learn from Rust about, I need to put here. Sorry, I'm skipping around in my thoughts. How does rustup.sh steal back TTY control? That's something else, kind of a different issue, but it kind of goes in this. I don't know. Probably doesn't go in this at all. Okay. Closing. Closed because this is rolled up into. Oh, I didn't get him. He got away. It's okay. When he comes back, I'll get him. He's not going to suck my blood tonight. Except he probably will. Daggone bloodsuckers always get me. Let's see. Closed because this is rolled up into that issue. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to close that one out yet. Okay. All right. So now let's get back to what I'm actually here for at the moment, which is to take on these PRs and see what we can do. Some of them need to be done in a particular order. I don't actually remember what that is, so I'm just going to go over this here. All right, let's see if this was all fixed the way that needs to be. That should work now. So this is saying if we don't even need, oh, okay, Command-V. Yeah. So this, let me go test this. This is saying if rsync exists. So if I do that and then I echo status because I'm in fish, 0. But if I go back and I do, let's say xrsync and I do status, I should get 1. Good. So that is working correctly. Command-V. Blah, blah. I think it's on OS X that could have sworn on something. If there was an error, it would log debug output. Whatever. Okay. I don't remember why one of these is preferable over the other. I'll have to revisit that. But in any case, that looks to be correct. Let's see, uname-a. Okay, so on Darwin, if I do echo status, that should be 1. If I do that here, echo status, that should be 0. Okay, so that's correct. That's working as expected. If it is Darwin, then do this stuff. And this one is if it has rsync, then do this stuff. Got it. So again, this looks like the same thing as up there. Yeah, brew and get. So we've got different instructions. Yeah, that's the same thing. Okay. All right, now let's look here. If not grep, -q, probably init. Do we want to do that? I think we kind of have to do it their way on this one. And then, wait, is that true though? PyEnv, I have PyEnv. Bash rc, PyEnv init. Okay, so this is wrong. Why is this wrong? Oh, because it needs the test condition in this case, right? Let's go into bash on this one. So this should give us too many arguments. Exit. Let's go to sh. Echo shell. Oh, interesting. That didn't work right, but okay. So wait. Okay, let me try this. Echo. That's okay, so that's true. True, it's there. Okay. So what was this check I was looking at? So saying if it's not there. All right, I think that's correct. This is saying if it's not there. Okay, and I think this one might get kind of funny. Because I think we actually need a better check than that. Well, maybe not. Yeah. I think we need to check if fish is there or if the config file is there. I think it needs to be either of those. And we might even want to look at the local cache, I think, as well. What is it? Dot local cache. No, share fish history. Because the config file might not be there if the config hasn't been updated. So I'm going to put, okay. I think I'm going to create another repo for this. I think I'm going to call it Webby Roadmap. And this is just going to be just so we don't, a space where we can ideate without cluttering the main repo with stale issues. That's what this is for. And this is it. Okay. Hey, how's it going? I'm AJ. Love to know who you are, what you got going on, what you're interested in. Okay. INV. To test for fish and ZSH tests. And then we can move this from roadmap to the other repo. That's one of the nice things about this. So we can keep that a little bit cleaner. Config fish. And then command-v fish. So one of these should probably work. Whoops. And I think we also could have here .local opt fish. Or we could say, actually, this could be, say, Webby opt path fish. I think that's what I want to do. Okay. What am I doing? I got too many things open again. Getting confused between them, aren't I? Right. Okay, POSIX. It's got all done, right? Yeah, that one's closed. That one's closed. This one's closed. We can close that. Okay. So we go back to looking at this issue here, wherever it went. Okay, so I think this one's good to test. So I'm going to take this and we're going to do good old, what branch are we on here? Which one is that? Use strict mode for install sample. Pull. Do we have that in here? Strict. No, we don't. That's fine. So we're going to do Webby review and then throw this in here. And this one we're going to call, what was the shell check warning that we're trying to update here? This is not for 499. This is for 500, which is remove, unwrap, shell check. Really, it's got a, let's just say shell check SC2143. SC2143, is that what it was? I'm just going to call it shell check if. We're going to go with that. Okay, I'm just going to copy this for myself. So I've got it in a place. okay. All right, let's see if we can just rebase this from main. And then let's rebase iMain. Whoops. All right, we're just going to fold this in together. And then I'm going to reword it. And, oops. Okay, this is, I'll call it lengths. What was the name of the issue? It was called style. Remove wrapping. Fixes, so this fixes 500. It shall check 2143. Okay, shall check 2143. Fixes 500. And it would be remove redundant oops. There we go. That's what we're going to call this. And then I'm going to go ahead and push this up like so, like that. And then let's just go ahead and check it real quick. What were the things that were affected here? Just make sure we test this. So as an example, it was brew, it was get, it was pyenv. So it's ones that we don't really use that often. Let me go ahead and Webby pyenv and see what happens here. Yeah, let's remove dot pyenv. Let's give this today's date. This is a little thing I like to do whenever messing around with stuff that I might regret. Just date it. Oh. Oh, interesting. I didn't like that at all. And I'm going to go update dot bash rc. We're going to get rid of pyenv there. And we're going to go into config fish. And we're going to get rid of pyenv there. And then we're going to do Webby pyenv. But we need to do beta. All right, let's see if, did it re-update this? It did. Huzzah. Excellent. Yeah, well, go ahead and open up an issue for that. There may actually be an issue. Check and see. But if you can get us on the right path on that, watch. There's a video for the how to create a Webby installer. Take a look at it. It's basically you go to the GitHub page of the whatever thing, and then you check out what their directory structure looks like, and then you copy the template and change the directory structure, and you submit that, and that's it. Okay, so I know that I removed this. I see that it was added back. I don't feel like I have to test every single one of these. I think that I already tested that one. And yeah, so I'm pretty comfortable and confident that these are correct. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring those in. So get checkout main. Oh, I need to approve it. And then let's see, did he or she, I actually don't know. Do they have other ones open? One PR. Anything else? Okay. So let me go grab this. I need to get caught up on these as well. Whoops. Where, let's say approve, and then I'm going to say at. Thanks. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do, yeah, I did checkout main, get rebase, shell check if, and then we're going to push that in. Cool beans. All right, let's get that next PR. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Something shell checky going on there. Oh, he does not have did not run the schwumpt command the way that I run it. So first thing I need to do is just schwumpt this myself. I'm gonna do Webby review and do get rebase. This should not be a problem. Get rebase dash I. Actually, before I even do that, I'm going to schwumpt. That looks about right. Okay, so I'm gonna just tell this to fold in on both of these because I don't know which is which. All right. Oh yeah, he did a great job on naming those. I would like to put the shell check in there, but I'm just gonna leave it as he did it because it's close enough. Okay, so now we got that one there. Here we go. Print no variables. Oh, I actually forgot to run the shell check tool. %. That looks good. Check these out here. %. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2. Looks right. Okay, and I do need to make sure that we actually just going to put in here what was it? 501. 502, 503, and okay. Let's actually make sure. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Okay. Shell check passes. Should have done this in the other one too. Need to make sure that it actually closes out the issue. Okay, shell check passes. Good. Now let me put this under a little bit more scrutiny. First thing I'm going to do, actually I think I already did the first thing I was going to do, which is let's refresh this. So we're not looking at any white space changes. Okay, that is perfect. I guess this returns a number, but I guess all things are a string in the shell, so whatever. And this looks fine here. Are those really the only places we use printf? I bet there's a couple more, but they're kind of hidden right now. Because one of the problems with the Bootstrap script that I need to fix, and I'm going to put this in the roadmap. Where's my roadmap thing here? Bootstrap. Embedded script isn't checked. Obviously, it's a dumb idea to embed a script in a here doc of another script. We need a different solution for, and it may require a shutter build step. And I think, yeah, I guess it's technically an enhancement. Let's get a little strap down this age. Let's do, first of all, let's do export. Let's do Webby, and do Webby again just to be sure, and then take a look at Ben Webby and see how it fares here. Declare and assign separately to avoid masking return values. I think that POSIX shell allows this. I think the more important thing is to quote it. And then this would need to be quoted as well. What else? No. Oh, that's interesting. Let me check Webby Bootstrap. Whoops. Oh, you know what? Webby like that may not actually update. Let me try this. Okay, cool. So that's correct. So let's look down here and see what we CCC. Declare and assign separately, declare and assign separately. So I just want to exclude that. See what else we get in here. probably a ton of bad things. Shellcheck dash. Okay. So I'm going to put these two in here as well, I think. Yeah. I'm going to do Webby bootstrap. And where's Webby timestamp? Need to have here. Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm AJ. I am working on some POSIX shell stuff. So basically Bash, but stricter, more basically so it's compatible with Docker. I'm working on Webby, which now, by the way, so we've had webinstall.dev forever. This has been the core site, but now we also have webby.sh, and I'm figuring out, I'm not announcing this yet, but I'm thinking about that. My only concern is that .sh is owned by essentially by Great Britain, one of the Isles of Great Britain, and I think it's the Isle of St. Helena or something like that. And so that puts us in an awkward position if there was ever going to be a political conflict between, say, the United States and Britain, or uh, you know how the European Union has had all sorts of crazy laws where they're trying to be the new California. California and European Union are kind of, you know, trying to see whose is bigger, how much wacky legislation they can impose that affects other states and other countries that have nothing to do with them. Uh, so if there were some sort of political turmoil, .com is the most politically neutral because of its inherited basically a neutrality stance through its legacy. When you sign up for a domain, you agree to their terms. And I don't see anything that looks scary at all. There's nothing that looks political in the terms of .sh. But still, that's something to be wary of because you just don't know what type of things can become politically sensitive. You can't predict that, right? Or how that, that'll be impacted. And then .dev is owned by Google, and Google is pretty woke. So .dev, I'd have to say I probably trust less than .sh because this self-contained country, for the most part, probably doesn't care. So anyway, that's one consideration I need to think around before we switch. And I think we're going to keep the website webinstall.dev, and then the tool will be webby.sh. My company is attaching their names to territory names. Tell me more. What do you mean? Okay. So we had that. Yeah, you love it, huh? Awesome. I'm glad that you do. Okay, so we've got that. And then we've got this Webby boot. Let me go check this out. CD Webby boot. And then this actually is going to go after this. So let's go ahead and make those two changes in here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make those, whoops, I'm going to go ahead and make those changes here. So timestamp. I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't need to have the quotes here. I'm going to quote it and just to see if it complains, if it doesn't like it. And then what was that other one? CD. Let's just move this. Okay. So it's happy about that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that into this commit, because it's related enough. I'm actually gonna make it into 2 commits. Oops. First one is gonna be, whoops, nope. Okay, first one's gonna be here with the Webby timestamp. Oh, reset Webby, checkout Webby, them Webby. All right, here we go. Timestamp. Get rebase. Oh no. Get commit dash m. What did I call it? Lint sh. Let's see. P. Fix sc was it 2143? Let me go check and see what that was again. 2046. And embedded bootstrap. Okay, and then I'm gonna modify this again. And then let me see what was the complaint here? Oh, I already fixed it. Let me unfix it. It was down at the bottom. It was something about, oh, it was this by the CD. Just want to see what the number of the complaint was so I can reference it. Come on. Come on. Try and get me. I'll swat you so fast your grandpappy will feel it. Daggone mosquito. Made it in somehow. All right, 2069. That's the one. Okay. So let's go ahead and update this. CD 2069. Oh, and then I need a little bit here. I need to reword this one. Quote vars the embedded there we go. And then I'm going to reword this one too, kind of similarly. So I'm going to say, instead of quote vars, this is properly redirect. And this one was which one? 20069, I think it was. I'm just going to go with that for now. Okay, let me go back and read some comments here. Twitch doesn't like your VPN. Yeah, I suspect not. Why does web install give a script to curl but HTML to the browser? Oh, you know what? I probably should put a content type check in there, but I think that curl uses the same one, so I don't think that would work. Yeah. So, so webby.sh I think would be script only, and that would be part of the reason for the move. Is that we would separate the browser experience from the command line experience as well. So that's something that, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I think it is being done with user agent. It could be done with content type. We may have updated it. I don't remember. But content type would be great if that worked. Hey, Check it out. The little bloodsucker died on its own and then just fell on my keyboard. Well, at least he's dead. One of the universe's great questions, why did God create mosquitoes? You know? Couldn't there have been something that doesn't suck blood and make you itch that could have fed the spiders or the frogs or whatever? Did we have to have the mosquitoes? Okay. So I'm just going to check this out one more time. Yeah, that looks good. So we're going to do a push force again. All right. Now, there are 4 commits in here. And so I'm going to go ahead and approve this. Come on. Let me get over. There we go. Sometimes their JavaScript is a little wonkadonk. Okay, so comment is I added a change. I added a fix that shell check couldn't catch because it's embedded in a here doc. I also updated, let's see, added a related fix for the okay, so here we are, get checkout main, get checkout main, get rebase, get push. Okay, just to double check here, it's the Bootstrap script. And then the template. Let's see, let's make sure the template still looks good. Looks good there. Looks good here. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Hey, and that's some of your handiwork there, Jojo Bite. Let's see. Why did God create mosquitoes? Why was 6 afraid of 7? Age-old questions. We may never know the answers. Indeed. Okay, and then I also need to see, is he... I think this was his first commit to the project. Let me just go check here. Am I getting the name wrong there? Yeah, he was there. Okay, cool. So, only on that one though, right? Yeah. Let's just check. Here. Nope. Okay, cool. So I'll go back and I'll also leave a comment. Oops. I need to actually go do this as well. But anyway, let's see. Where's it gonna do? Yeah, right here, dash. Go grab this. Okay. All right, let's get to the next one. Oh, interesting. So this one's already approved, yeah? Let's do get checkout. I guess I need to do Webby review. No, just get checkout. Rebase main. That shouldn't be a problem. Somehow it is a problem. Why is it a problem? Let's take a look and find out. Oh, that's actually correct. We didn't need that in the first place, so we actually can get rid of it. So yeah, that was the more correct way to go about it. Get rebase, continue. Get rebase, push F. Now let's just review this one more time. Yeah, the dash dash help, that was you. Yeah. Okay, so those just needed to get removed because they're just wonkadonk anyway. All right, fair enough. I don't see any problems there. Let's go ahead and check out main, rebase that one, and push. I don't have that one. I still don't have that one. Josh, where's my Final Fantasy VII? Where's that at? Where's that at? It's probably in the soundbites folder. Let me check the soundbites folder. He very well may have just put that in there. Let's see. Audio. Virtual audio clips. Audio clips. Do we have two? I don't see it. All right, well, we'll just do the old item catch then, huh? Oh, wait. I forgot. I don't have the soundboard hooked up. Hold on. Oh, I don't have the volume loud enough. Okay, let me hook up the soundboard. Now let me turn the volume down. Okay, there we go. Now we've got, should have done that each time. Okay, so update format rules. Let's see where we're at with shellcheck. So basically, I shouldn't have to exclude anything at this point, I think. Can I just put dot for everything? Nope, I can't. So we'll do FD, F, SH, XArgs. Oh no. Oh wait, and we had, yeah, we did have a couple of exclusions. Oh, this one, I gotta exclude that one. Okay, these two have to be omitted. Hey, we're all out of warnings. That's awesome. Okay, so let me go check these issues and see what issues I can close out. Fix all warnings. This one's gone. This one's gone. And I'm not seeing this one anymore. So this one was kind of fixed happenstantially. So we're all done with those. All right, now we're going to open up the floodgates here. I think there was style and info. Yeah. All right. So this one's a little bit difficult because we are saying, hey, here's what you should put. And so they're in single quotes on purpose. So I think we have to ignore this one. Or we have to find a different way to... How many files is this in? Let's just check and see real quick. Start from the top here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, you have a good night, Jojo Bite. I'll catch you later. So I think an issue for style here. Okay, this one I'd like to see somebody take on. I thought I could have sworn that I asked him if he was still interested in taking that on. Terra Tech, is that what it was? I have to go check him out again later. Okay, so we do need an issue for, what's the one we just closed out? All right, we need an issue for these are issues refactor. Okay. Style sh fix all remaining shell check warnings. Fix or squelch. You know, it's not worth making a meta issue on this. Add comment to ignore. Literal commands in, let's see, doc strings. Okay, I'm going to go take a look at one of these issues real quick and see if I can copy and paste. So the way that I've been doing these issues, I've mentioned this several times, but it's a growth hack. So the goal is the ultimate goal is we want more people to actually benefit from what webinstall.dev does, which is makes it easier for you as a developer to install your tools and have them install in a consistent way across all environments. So whether it's Docker or Mac or Linux or Windows, we want you to be able to install your tools and have them work reliably and consistently. So that's number one. But in order to get there and to gain traction, get popularity, my goal is basically to get to 1.2K stars, and then I'm going to start doing some more aggressive outreach, because in the early days, back when this had 3 stars, I added projects that are kind of baby projects in the sense of they're new, they're popular because they fit a niche, but they're new. And so I thought, oh, it's a new project. I'm a new project, good synergy. But what I found is even with projects that only had uh, maybe several hundred or a few thousand stars, they didn't like the idea of putting Webby in their README because they don't know what Webby is, right? So this is back in the early days. And I wasn't, in the first year or so, I wasn't really focused on any sort of growth hacking. I wasn't trying to, and this was kind of poor decision on my part. I wasn't trying to get stars. The idea was just let's create a really great tool, but you can't create a great tool without marketing it. And so what I do is I take these really bite-sized, atomic, easy to fix tasks. I I try to create the instructions for how to fix it or fix one of them. And then I post it on Twitter and put it on GitHub with these labels: first timers only, good first issue, up for grabs, which are special labels that various sites will filter that in as something that, and I could label this one as documentation as well. So that's kind of, yeah, there we go. So we'll go ahead and label as documentation because that will also be reflected in the appropriate tools that look for these things. Anyway, so what it does is it exposes more people, particular people that are new developers anyway, that would actually want to be using webinstall.dev because they're not entrenched in the burden of some of these other tools. So it brings them over to using webinstall.dev because almost always in the instructions is, hey, use install, because we use the tools that we use, right? So you install shellcheck with webinstall.dev, and that's kind of neat. And then you commit to the issue, and then just about everybody that comes in through one of the issues is going to star it, and that gives us a higher rank. So by the end of the year, I expect that I'll be able to do a more aggressive push where when somebody comes and looks at this repo, it looks in some ways better than it is in terms of there's 60 contributors. Most of them have only made one-line changes that I literally handed to them. But it's a number and it's growing, and there are some high-profile people on here, such as John Kunke. He is a kernel developer at Microsoft. It doesn't say that on his profile anymore, so maybe he isn't. Maybe he's being a little more secretive. But anyway, then we have, I don't know. I don't know if we have anybody else who's super high profile up here. Oh yeah, we do. Oh, look at that. We do have somebody who is super high profile. So yeah, Burnt Sushi is on here. So that's kind of a big deal. Creed one day, I hope, will be a high profile. But anyway, so yeah, so we get the contributor goes up, the star goes up. One of the things that is kind of telling of the growth hacking is the watching hasn't gone up, but typically the watching doesn't go up that much anyway. So having more forks, having more contributors, having more stars, yada yada yada, it helps to bring it all about in a in a good way. So anyway, Just kind of wanted to explain, the little growth hacking myth there. I wish that these things weren't necessary, but we live in the world that we live in, and you have to play to the world. Um, it would be cool if just by virtue of having a great product, uh, that was all that's necessary. But yeah, it's a good way to expose it to people. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go to these closed issues here and just basically copy one of these. So here's an easy one, and I just, let's see, what do I have in my paste buffer? There we go. All right, so I am going to copy and paste this, and we're going to say clone and enter. I'm going to say this repo this time. So we're going to go into this repo, install shellcheck, follow the on-screen instructions for the installs. Check all the shell files for redundant output checks. Check to see which shell files have, oops, what would it be? Maybe I should just use that in this case. Yeah, that should be fine. So we're just going to go with this one instead. So we're going to go like that. I just double check that that does indeed work. I think it should. Yeah. Okay. And then I need to find a short one to make an example of. 2016. Okay. So I need to have, oh, this has a whole bunch of them, right? Okay. So we're going to say, I don't know if I want to do it one by one. It's kind of annoying, but maybe it beats the alternative. Let's see. Let's go to the next. Oh, why isn't this advancing to the next error? All right, so that's not one of them. That's not one of them. This is also pretty annoying because this is correct. Or maybe it's not. Hmm. I have to consider that in a second. Okay, so there's that one. There's this one. That's it, right? Okay. So let's do a get diff here. So which shell files have commands? All right, which scripts have commands? Document docs that look like commands. Add pound shellcheck disable equals 2016. I'm just going to put in here. Let's see, 2016. And we're also going to put up front here easy. Maybe. add comment to make shell check ignore okay, here we go. This is, oh, dang it, did that mosquito get me when I wasn't looking? I think he may have. Must have been another one. I thought he fell dead over here. Then he got up. Guess he wasn't as dead as I thought. I didn't squish him because I thought he was dead. Got away lucky. Okay, here we go. Above any echo that is in it's being used to output documentation rather than docs or literal commands. Rather, this is actually a little bit more complicated than I thought. It's okay. The next one's going to fix it. Okay, add shout. This needs to go through first. This needs to go through first, and then we're going to do the last one, which is saying, okay, if you've got a block of things that you're trying to output, well, instead, create a redirect block for them. We're going to do that. Really all of the complaints. Okay. Probably all of the complaints. Okay. Let's see, what was it before? I do checkout, INV, and then I'm going to run my shell check command. Oh, what was the exact one here? This is bash RC. That should be all right. So if anybody watching wants this, go ahead and take it. I'll throw it out here to y'all first. If you think it. So basically, it just gives a little bit more explanation for anybody who is interested. So what I have here is this is editing the bash RC. And so what shellcheck thinks is, oh, hey, it looks like you accidentally used a single quote when you meant to use a double quote. This this expression, this script expression isn't going to work because you put it in single quotes. That's what it's saying. Expressions don't expand in single quotes. Use double quotes for that. So it's saying, hey, it looks like you made a mistake. It looks like you were trying to use a variable expansion, but instead use single quotes, and that's not happening. But in this particular case, what I'm trying to do is literally put this thing into that. And I'd be interested to see, what if we just use printf instead? Let's see what happens if I would say, okay, let's use printf. Does it still complain? Yeah, it still complains. So using printf doesn't solve that problem. I wonder if, does printf, let's take a look at the POSIX shell utilities. There we go. Take a look at what it says about printf. I wonder if there's an option for literal to say, hey, this is a literal string. No options. Okay, so there's no way to tell it this is a literal string. So I think the only way to do it is to put that disable in there, and that'll make it go away. So there's a few dozen places where that needs to be done. If anybody wants it, just go ahead and just comment right now, and I will assign it to you. Let's see. Let me make sure that I am. Oh, I did not quite do this right. This doesn't need an exclude. What it needs is a -I, because we're only dealing with SC 2016 on this one. That's it. So we don't need even the possibility of seeing any other type of error. Yeah, so there it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's totally manageable. Very few files have this problem. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this on Twitter too. So grab this. Gonna just post it as another great first timers only. Another easy first timers only that's up for grabs. Alrighty. Okay, let me go back here. We're taking a look at what. And I think maybe I will, in the roadmap, construct the other issue, because as soon as this one's done, then the next one's ready to get done too. But they can't be done at the same time, most likely. Maybe they could. I don't know. There's more, such as all right. Oops. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. So I got that tweeted out. And then I'm just going to throw it over here as well. I'm going to throw it in the beginners on the Discord. So, bloop, bloop. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think I will put I think the remaining issue. Let's go ahead and exclude that. And I'm going to exclude SC 2016 because we know that we got that one coming up. And then let's go ahead and open the floodgates. Okay, there's only a few of these. So I'm going to copy this issue here. Oh no, I can't do this because it's going to make it indent. So I'm going to hide this one over in the roadmap. Where to put the roadmap stuff? A little roadmap one. Oh, where'd my comments go? Oh, there they are. Hey everybody, how you doing? Okay. And this one is SC 2129. I wonder what the designation is. Because maybe there actually are 2,000 or 3,000 of these, but I wonder if the 1,000 aren't don't have a particular meaning that they belong to, say. It doesn't seem to be separated by error versus info, so I don't know what it is. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then this would be, let's see, 21, 29. Okay. And then update the output, the groups of output to have a single of have a single output to file redirect. For example, okay, so now I'm going to go in to, was this Vim leader? I think I know. I didn't understand what this was for the longest time, but I think I finally get it now. So I think all it's saying, because the syntax that it's showing is kind of weird. So I think it's doing literally this. We're saying instead of repeating over and over and over and over and over again, we're going to get rid of all of that. Yeah, that's it. That's kind of nifty. I wish I'd known about this years ago. Seriously, the stuff I've learned from shellcheck and schfumped just never ceases to impress me. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the diff. Kind of want to change this. I think I'll just put it this way. I'm going to try to make this as easy to read as possible. So I'm going to modify the diff a little bit, just so it's more clear. 1, 2, 3. That is nifty. Less prone to make a mistake, typo, that sort of thing. Whoops. I love eliminating typos. Hey everybody, I'm AJ. Welcome. Working on webinstall.dev, which is how web developers install their tools. So got all the good things here. Just working on linting. So I want to get this in porcelain condition, as they say. Whoops, where'd the issue go? Before there's another change I want to make. So I want it to be that as few let's see, I don't know how to say this. I want shellcheck to be about as vanilla as possible, so that moving forward, making changes to the way the shell works, it's just all the checks are in place. The fewer things to ignore. Although I think I might have to add these to every file. And I guess they belong. I wish I could be more specific. I wish I could scope them more specifically to say which things. But whatever. Okay. So it's just those two. That's all that's left. That's amazing. And then I need to also take a look at the result of Webby. Oh, what is this? Oh, right. Yeah, I understand why it wants that. But it's wrong. Okay. What? Now it wants a double quote on this. I didn't want a double quote on that before. Oh, well. Let's see, are these all the same thing? Declare and assign separately. Yeah. Okay, this one. Yeah, I might need to refactor that. Okay, so this has a number of things in it that need to change. Just gonna have to consider what needs to be done. Because the reason I embedded it is I don't want there to be yet another network request. I want there to be as few network requests as possible. But maybe there's a better way to do this. So, hmm, let's see. Okay, extract file from end of script. I've seen this done before. TGZ content. Hmm. Interesting. I'll have to check that out and see. Is there a way that I can embed the script that does what I want it to do? There's essentially the EOF right there. So is there an even better way to do this? More importantly, not more importantly, but okay, does this have any unescaped? So I think what I would do is say not. So that's not escaped. Because that can't be confused with anything, so it doesn't have to be escaped. That one can't be confused with anything. That one can't be confused with anything. That one can't be confused. So I think what I might be able to do is to actually take this. How does he do it with the exit 0? Okay, so let's try this. Oops. Where did that go? Oh, I just had something in another window. Let's say that we could do this. We could get rid of all of this. We could do exit 0. And then we can have Webby script here. Okay. So then let's see. How could this work? Webby main. Webby main. Yeah, what, okay. All right, so let's say we did it like this. We go up top here, do all this, do all this. And here we could say Webby end. So that the idea here is that we want to make sure that when the script gets to this part, that, okay, the script itself is already downloaded enough. But if it's being piped, that may not work. If it's being piped, can a script have a file handle to itself while it's being piped? That's the question. All right, let me check this out. Okay, script get its own file handle. Let me just see, bootstrap.sh. Where all is that being used? So serve script. Let's see where that's used. Serve script is used here. Serve package. Okay, so serve package.js. App. Serve package. Okay. So yeah, that is true when it's piping. All right. Can a script get a file? Script yourself. I'm going to just try this real quick. So let's say Webby. Oh, we're going to go back into the installers. Whoops. What is this all about? Looks like it's everything. Okay, that makes sense. DST. Yep, we can get rid of that one. And we can get rid of this shell check lax, I think. Shell check. Right, so now we're in a good spot there. Let's try this. What even am I? So this should be getting the getting its name. Who knows what that means in terms of curl sh. Okay. That didn't work. That makes sense though. Git scripts file path. Get the full path of the current script. Nope, that's not what I want. I want shell. Nope, nope. Cannot figure out where your script is. Okay, well, I'll believe that. I guess the bootstrap is only necessary if you curl. So I have to think about that one. Let's see how I think it was the VPS util, was the SSH add user. Yeah. Let me look at that bootstrap one more time. So we got install Webby. And if we had a Webby package name, then we're going to install it. Okay. So there's this whole big bit here that's probably, yeah. So there's what we're piping versus what we're running. I think I'm going to have to go with in order to fix this. Yeah. I think anytime somebody's doing it from, oh, how would we know? How would we know? Because the problem is we need, if Webby already exists there, then we may want to update it. So that means that we'd have to have some way of versioning Webby. So then Webby just becomes pretty much a normal package. So there would be a local opt Webby so that we could version it. That kind of makes sense. I'm going to make note of that and then walk away from this, I think. All right, you little... Yeah, take that. Okay, we don't need all those excludes. We're just going to need one. I'm going to update that before I go. All right, thoughts. How about we just make Webby command its own command and installer, just like SSH add user. We could or maybe even host it on GitHub releases so it gets its own version. Implementation thoughts. Okay. Webby. Okay, let's see. Webby. And Webby update should manually update Webby regardless of version. So that's a good start. Let's go back over here. Where's curl at? Okay. Let's see if we could change this up a little bit. What if we just repeat this? So let me go put this into its own file for a second. Blah.sh. Just put this up at the top. Okay, we can remove. All right. So let's just get rid of all of these backslash dollar signs. And we'll just replace it with a backslash. There we go. Okay, and then there we go. So we just wrap this like this. actually, we do this. That's what we do. Oh, what happened? Okay, what is this complaining about? Reference but not assigned. Okay, and then I don't think we need this. So that simplifies things. So that's a good idea. Okay, let's go ahead and cat that out. So there we go. All right, so that could probably be put somewhere else. How many places do we actually use Webby curl? Hopefully about none. Okay, so it's used over there as well. I don't think that's, yeah, that's not needed. We don't actually need to export that. So we actually could do this whole check just as if command-v curl dev null dev null. And do we ever use the Webby get? Oh, I think there's a case where it's preferable to use curl. And I think there's another case where it's preferable to use wget. Yeah, see, this is it. So if we can use wget, which has resumable downloads, then we want to. Otherwise, we want to use curl. So it just depends on what we're trying to do, which one we want to use. So that's the whole point of this Webby download bit. Yeah. I don't think that resumable downloads is important for the, let's see, detect HTTP client. And then what's this one here? So in the bootstrap, I have to think about this. This is a little bit challenging. It almost does start to feel like this should be, well, it becomes self-referential because you can't make it its own package. That's why it's bootstrapping. I don't know. I don't know what we do about that. In any case, I think it's fair to say that when it downloads its package bootstrap, that's not important to worry about file size. Agreed. Okay. So how... I think we'd have to do something like check staleness. Maybe just check if it's more than 5 minutes old. That's kind of like a set timeout. That's a bad idea. Yeah, I'm not sure how to fix that problem. Hmm. This may also be one of those things where, let's see, because it's going to run, right? Webby main. So Webby. Um, let's see. Run if Webby install equals true is not set. I think that's the way to go. Where are these mosquitoes coming from? Okay, I think that's the way to do it. That way, if it's a meta package, it's not downloading Webby over and over and over again. But otherwise it will. Or maybe we just go direct to download the bootstrap of my package. Hmm. Can we eliminate the Webby bootstrap? We've got this usage. Got this little loop. I don't know. This is going to require some more thought, but not tonight. This is going away for tonight. Close that out. I wonder if I should interlace these. Now it probably is easier to read like this. Let's put this here as well. The redirect is being removed from each line. Block of output is being wrapped in and burn. The original redirect is used only once after the close of the block. All right, get rid of that. And I'm going to go ahead and update this as well. Get out. Oops. Okay, get main. Yeah, interesting. Oh, there we are. All right, to check all errors. Oh, this is good. Exclude equals. Let's do that instead, yeah. All right, check only specific warning and errors. Yes. Oh, and that means I also need to update some of these. Star.sh. Oh, and this one we get to close out, right? Yep. I forgot to close that one out. I get to close this one out too. I wish I could sort these. So here's the high priority ones up top. Oh. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I think that's better. PM run prettier. PM run font. See what happens here. Do I have type changes? Oh, interesting. I don't even know what changed there. Oh. Just a new line. Okay. Sure. Bumped. Get rebase dash I made. Oops. Get rebase dash I. Eh. Okay. Alrighty. Wait, what does this say? Pull requests are 8. Alright, so this is needs something. Okay. Done, 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 done. what's all this? Okay, I don't need that anymore. Okay, y'all. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for the conversation. Reminder that if you like what you like, you get more of what you like. So like, sub, follow if you want to. Join the Discord if you want to. And I think I'm going to start another stream to do a little bit of work on Dash. And then I'll go to bed. Maybe we'll see. Oh, I can't close that out yet. I also can't do anything with that one yet. All right, so we had some wins. Let's have a little. And
this was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success.
All right. And with that, I am out. Adios. Oh, and we'll have a raid too.